This is a companion video to my last one titled, Why Do Trump Supporters Disparage All of the Women Who Have Accused Him of Sexual Misconduct? Can someone whose core identity is tied up in viewing themselves as a Christian and/or political conservative accept the sexual assault claims made by several women and vote for Trump without creating a serious and unresolvable internal psychological conflict that would have a negative impact on the person's perception of their own self-worth and beliefs about themselves? I think not. There are two ways to resolve the internal conflict. Attack all of the women who have made sexual assault claims against Trump and to believe Trump's denials. So why would anyone accept Trump's denials of those claims? Is there anything in his history that even suggests that Trump's denials are worthy of belief? The answer is that his supporters have to dismiss all of the evidence that supports those who claim that Trump is a pathological liar. How many false and misleading statements does Trump have to make over a 4-year period as president before his supporters no longer believe that he is honest? The Washington Post tallied over 30,000 false and misleading statements made by Trump during his presidential term, and he has not slowed down since leaving office. It is not possible to look at Trump's business career and conclude that he is honest, in my opinion. I have discussed this topic in several videos, which I will link. To briefly summarize some of the key highlights, Trump's creation of his brand as a genius businessman started in the 1980s and carried on into the 1990s when Trump was actually losing hundreds of millions of dollars and bankrupting several businesses that he started. He claims to be a self-made man who borrowed only a relatively small sum from his daddy that he paid back, while the New York Times found that he received at least $413 million expressed in 2018 dollars from his dad. See Wikipedia article titled Wealth of Donald Trump for those who do not have subscriptions to the New York Times. He would have been better off, in my opinion, in investing the money that he received from his dad in the S&P 500 rather than trying to be a businessman. He would have had to forego some of his main sources of income that flowed from his false brand as a genius businessman, including the Apprentice TV show and licensing his names to others, which is a main successful part of his business. Have the Trump supporters looked into Trump University fraud or why he was forced to close his charitable foundation? How does an honest person claim that his triplex in New York City has 30,000 square feet, valuing the property excessively even at that square footage, when he had to know that it had less than 11,000 square feet? Have his supporters who accept Trump's denials actually read the civil fraud verdict? I've discussed that verdict in 4 separate videos, and my opinion is, of course, not. They have not reviewed it. Trump supporters make a deliberate effort to avoid information that contradicts their beliefs in Trump's integrity and ultimately their belief in his denials about sexually abusing women or having affairs with porn stars and a Playboy centerfold while he was married. It is necessary for the Trump supporters just to ignore all of the information that is available to them and easily accessible to them by just dismissing it as fake news, since, if accepted as true, in significant part, would cause them to either reevaluate Trump's character and conclude that he was not honest or believable, or create a serious internal conflict about how they view themselves by continuing to support Trump for a second term as president.